Welcome to Qigong on Wednesday. Sorry, I'm a little tardy. I actually just got to do a little harvesting on a hemp farm in Georgia, and I just got back. So I am feeling revived by the hemp revival and so inspired to inspire you to be happier and healthier and more self-expressed today and every day with whatever you can do to pay attention to and nurture your bodies and minds and spirits and emotions. And so I'm so excited to share this practice with you called Qigong Bijou. I've been calling it Qigong Puji like in my last couple of classes because I'm kind of dyslexic when it comes to words and I misplaced the B for a P. So it's Bijou and it's spelled Bigu. And I'm going to read a little bit about it. But before I do, I want you to just pay attention to your hearts and to your breath and just acknowledge that your heart is beating and you are breathing. Notice what you're feeling in every single cell of your body. Are you feeling pain anywhere? Are you feeling tension? Where do you feel relaxed? Where do you feel comfortable? Where do you feel stressed? And just tap in. Tap into your energy for a moment so you can be, as we're going to call it, eating chi throughout class. Chi is present in our food, not in all food. The goal is that you eat food with chi so that you can have more chi. And Cheetos don't have a lot of chi, even though the word chi is in them. These radish sprouts have a lot of chi. Yeah, you might really enjoy ice cream and soda pop, but does it have any chi? No. And yes, you're not going to get the benefits of feeling energized with your chi. And unfortunately, you will be depleted. So the Bijou the Bijou is a fast from grains. So Ju means grains in Chinese, and Bi, I think it just means no. So no grains, which also means no toxins, no refined sugars, no artificial colors or flavors. Probably good to fast from meat products as well, but not necessarily necessary. Probably good to fast from dairy for these 3 days. And you can honestly go as long as you want. Like some people are doing Bijou for their whole life. Why? Because they think it helps them to feel the chi. I think it helps them to feel energized. And some people do it for a month, like a Bijou month. I did it for 3 months in 2020 during the beginning of the pandemic. And honestly, like if you are struggling with a disease or an imbalance in Chinese medicine, but check with your own doctor, it's just recommended to do the Bijou fast until you heal. So there are a lot of different ways you can approach it. The minimalist way is to do 3 days. 3 days is the minimum Bijou fast to get that deep cellular healing that it claims to give. Stuck. There we go. How does it work? You know, in the comments below, I even found a PubMed study on it. I'm not sure what it found scientifically how it works. But one way I see it is if you remove anything from your life, especially something that is not full of chi. And by the way, you can take this Bijou 3-day fast to the level of I'm not only going to fast from grains, I'm going to fast from people just for 3 days who don't feel like they're giving me energy, who feel like they're sucking my energy. So when you remove something that is perhaps blocking your energy, I like to think of it as opening up the windows and the doors in your house and letting the sun shine in. So when you remove the grains and the refined sugars from intake into your body, you're basically opening up every cell in your body to more light and love and chi energy so that you can feel younger, happier, more revived, better sleeping, and all that stuff. So, once again, as you're listening to this, please do pay attention to your breath and your heartbeats and get into a state of Qigong, studying your Qi while I'm reading to you so you can benefit and be eating Qi around you. You can be eating the life force around you. And that is the other part of doing the Bijou fast. So not only are we automatically receiving more light energy and more chi energy by just removing the grains and the sugars, like opening up, like it's like removing the doors and the windows and just getting that light shining in. But it's really good to do during these 3 days, at least 2 hours of Qigong every day. In addition to yoga, in addition to the other stuff, you want to do the Qigong because the Qigong is literally eating Qi. I'll say it again because some of you just popped in. I said it in the beginning of class. Like, we literally consume Qi when we're doing Qigong. We are eating in a sense. And so it's a fast, but it's also a consumption, a feast of just consuming the spiritual light, the chi energy, the energy that drives you, the energy that motivates you, the energy that loves you, the energy that is you. We're going to be focusing for 2 hours a day on your own time. I'm only popping on here live today. Tomorrow and Friday, you're on your own. And today we're only doing an hour and a half. So you're going to have to do your own half hour before bed or whenever to get those 2 hours today. So that's the challenge, to fast from grains and sugars and toxins and preservatives, no potato chips, nothing in a bag, okay, for 3 days, today, Thursday, and Friday. And if you've already kind of started before class, you've already had like French toast or something, then try to go until Saturday morning, and then you can eat grains again Saturday afternoon. Go as long as you want, though. So for 3 days, we're not doing grains, breads, pastas, all that stuff, no sugars. And for 3 days, we're doing 2 hours of Qigong, or just consuming Qi every day. And honestly, that can just mean lying in the ground and just feeling the earth's energy and doing your best to activate the Qi through that. Because once again, we are chewing Qi. We are getting it into our bodies just by practicing Qigong. And everything you eat ultimately in these 3 days is also filled with chi. So you're basically on a chi binge for 3 days, and it's filled with chi because it's not processed. That's the goal, to have something filled with chi. If you like approach something and you're about to eat it and you're like, is this full of life energy? You could cook it. It doesn't have to be raw. It just has to feel alive and feel filled with chi. And you can pray over it. I think praying over food, excuse me, I think praying over food literally gives food life energy, which is another reason why it's so powerful. Because I'm telling you, the more chi that is in your food, the more chi will be in your body. I mean, it's so simple, it's so obvious, but we humans have desires and cravings, and we just don't want to face the truth sometimes because we like easy fixes. So let's get started on the reading. Actually, before we even read, let's do intentions. So let's get in touch with the heart. And thank you so much for being here, by the way. Get in touch with your heart, get in touch with your breathing. And ask yourself, why am I here? What is my intention for not only the Qigong class today, but for the Qigong Bijou? Why do I want to do a Qigong Bijou for 3 days? What do I want to cleanse in my life? And I do want to honor that today is the holy day of Yom Kippur in Judaism. And I thought that that would be a perfect time to do a fast that's honoring your body as well and your spirit. It's all connected. And I think it's kind of funny that Bijou sounds like Bijou, like be a Jew. I wonder if the word grain is somehow related to the word Jew. Who knows? So my name is Aviva, and my intention is to be here for all of you today to inspire health, happiness, and self-expression, and to cleanse my body from any toxin it doesn't need, and my spirit, so that I can maintain my chi even after I bring it in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now, what are your intentions today? Take a moment as we take a moment of silence together and write out your intention either on a piece of paper or in the chat box on the side. And we'll just take a moment. And also part of my intention is to cleanse the stuff from my body that I don't need so that I can have the energy to do what I need to do to fulfill my life's work here on earth. And to be present for those I love. What is your intention today? We'll wait one more minute for the intentions and then we'll get started. And of course, you can share your intentions at any point during class. I think the cool thing about doing Qigong in public is it's like feasting and celebrating that anyone can join in on. Like if you were eating a bag of popcorn while in line at the post office and it made someone else crave popcorn because they were like, oh, that smells good. That I like the sound of that crunch. And then you might be like, you want some? And then you have like this community share of food. But you might not have enough to share with everyone. So it's the same kind of effect that you have on other people when you do Qigong in public and you're like bringing the energy into yourself. Then the other people might be like, I want some. And all they got to do is take it. And then it's like you're all having a meal together and connected. All right, let's go ahead and breathe in our intentions. Release anything in the way. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. intentions. Release anything you don't need. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Breathe in your intentions. Release resistance. Breathe in your intentions. Release feeling overwhelmed. And as you sit with your chi, sit in this receptive place, like you can just sit here with your hands up or on your lap, underarms relaxed, and just see if you can just feel that chi pouring into that lower dantian, right in that belly button area. And I'm gonna put some music on, and I'm so sorry for that. All right. Let me know what you think of that music. All right, as you get into that receptive, feeling the chi mood, I'm going to read a little bit about what is Bijou from these different websites that I linked below. According to natural chianway.org, Bijou is a special Taoist technique using universal energy to replace regular food. That's interesting, to replace. This isn't the same for all philosophies, by the way. It is based on the precondition of opening up the channels between the human being and the universe. This ancient technique for rejuvenation, longevity, and immortalization used to take more than 10 years of practice to achieve. What do I eat during Bijou? Okay, this is like a specific Bijou class, so we're not going to read that. We want to read about general Qigong Bijou. There's like Bijou workshops everywhere. We're not doing a Bijou workshop. We're just doing Bijou fasting. So this is from ChineseHealingInformationExchange.org. Fasting has been practiced in China for over 2,000 years and was referred to a Bijou. There is quite a difference between Western and Eastern styles of fasting, as you will see from this blog. Chinese Bijou for Yang Sheng. What is Bijou? In Chinese, bi means to stop or avoid. That is so funny because we just had avoid Qigong on Monday. And Ju means grain, including rice, corn, or wheat. Therefore, Bijou means to avoid grain or stop eating. One of the earliest descriptions of Bijou was found in silk scrolls from the Western Han Dynasty, discovered in tombs of Changsha, China at Manguanagdui. The first scroll had over 40 diagrams and descriptions of Dao Yin exercises. Dao Yin was an early form of Qigong, which induced, promoted, and conducted qi for health and to cure diseases. The second scroll described Bijou as abandoning Ju and taking qi. Thus, Bijou is refraining from eating food and eating qi instead. That's really interesting because in Hebrew, the prayer for eating food, like at the beginning of every meal, is actually thanking for bread. I think, in Christian too, it's like, thank you for the bread we eat. So bread is actually another word for food. So that's interesting that it can be interpreted as not eating bread or not eating all food. In terms of degree of involvement, there are two kinds of Bijou, full and partial Bijou. In full Bijou, a person drinks a small amount of water without any food. In half Bijou, there's a small intake of food like fruit, nuts, and honey, traditionally called Fu Bijou. I don't know why I made it sound like Spanish. Which means fasting with a pill. Moses, Elijah, and Jesus fasted for 40 days. Teresa Newman lived on 1 consecrated water a day. There are records in China and India of people who have gone without food. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just fasting from grains, though, for 3 days. But do what you want. This is interesting. They say you can relieve some of your hunger by drinking charged water with qi. Charge your water with qi. So many interesting practices out there, aren't there? Let's just read this and then we'll go on to practicing eating qi. Problems in the Bijou process. Remember to keep activating the influx of qi into you as I'm reading. Unpleasant reactions, which can be dangerous, can result from Bijou. Not everyone has these reactions and other problems can arise. How you deal with hunger will be discussed in this section as well. One is lack of confidence. If you're afraid to fast, don't do it. Or find a person who you can absolutely trust to guide you. And so I'm hoping I can just be your guide and encouragement and inspiration. So if you just didn't have the willpower to do this, then I can just be here being like, you can do it. You can just do it for 3 days. If during the fast you become afraid that you'll injure yourself, then just stop. And you can also try emotional Qigong to rid yourself of fear. So you can just stop, or you can do work with your kidneys, which helps us to deal with fear. So maybe we'll focus the class a little bit on our kidneys today. Because it is scary to give things up. You might think, oh, I'm not going to have energy to do stuff because I'm not eating. Or I feel hungry. How can I do things? The second issue could be dizziness and fainting. We don't want you to be dizzy, and we don't want you to faint. Dizziness and fainting are frequently experienced symptoms, especially from the 1st to the 5th week of fasting due to the drop in blood pressure or blood sugar. Diabetics and people with low blood sugar or blood pressure are more likely to experience these effects. Diabetics may have to decrease their medication and should check their blood sugar. Later, blood sugar and pressure stabilize at optimal levels for the fasting person. However, fluctuations can occur. I will say consult with your doctor if you want to fast, from not like with no food at all. But you should be okay. Check with your doctor anyway. Make sure you'll be okay with just basically being raw vegan for a few days. These symptoms are usually not dangerous by themselves, but can result in damaging falls. Avoid sudden position changes from lying or sitting to standing. When rising, lean against something or support yourself and arise slowly. If you feel dizzy, sit or lie down. Again, a good position is to lie down with your feet raised. Usually you can sense that something is wrong before you pass out. Support yourself and put your head lower than your trunk. This maneuver can stop you from blacking out, which is caused by sudden outflow of blood from the brain. Good to know, huh? If these symptoms persist, you might want to stop fasting. Consult a doctor and check your blood pressure and blood sugar level. Next is pain. Pain can occur in any part of the body. It may last from a few seconds to a few days. Infrequently, the pain may last longer. Pain during Bijou can indicate that a body part is being repaired and restored to normal function. The longer the Bijou state, the fewer pains should occur. However, after a few months in Bijou, a headache can occur. This is often due to energetic changes, felt because of higher perceptual awareness and not physical changes. After long periods of Bijou, organs and fat deposits may shrink, producing changes in muscle tone and the position of organs. This can be felt and interpreted as pain, especially in the abdomen. If sudden excruciating pain appears, consult a doctor. Next is physical weakness. If you feel weak, you must judge whether it is due to discharge of toxins, inactivity, or too much exercise. So, you being the judge, that's what this class is all about. You are studying your own chi. You are aware of your body. I know it's hard because we always want to consult someone else and be like, what's wrong with me? But you can tap into yourself and you have an inner knowing. You just got to quiet yourself a little bit and just listen. While toxins are being discharged, more rest and sleep might be required. See, that's another thing. It's okay to sleep more. It's okay to rest more. And we don't allow ourselves to do that sometimes. Inactivity breeds tiredness too, and doing energizing types of exercise like yoga and Tai Chi can be beneficial. However, weakness might be a sign of illness and medical advice is necessary. If weakness persists after 3 weeks of fasting, then you should stop. Dehydration. If you drink too little liquids, dehydration can occur. Symptoms of early or mild dehydration include flushed face, extreme thirst, more than normal or unable to drink, dry, warm skin, you can't pee or you have reduced amounts of pee, dark yellow pee. Dizziness is worse when you're standing. Weakness, cramping in the arms and legs. Few or no tears when crying. Sleepy or irritable. Unwell. Headaches and a dry mouth. A dry tongue with thick saliva. Those are all dehydration symptoms. Symptoms of moderate to severe dehydration include low blood pressure, fainting, severe muscle contractions in the arms and legs, stomach and back, convulsions, bloated stomach, heart failure, sunken dry eyes with few or no tears, skin loses firmness and looks wrinkled. So wrinkles are literally dehydration. Well, sometimes. Lack of elasticity of the skin. Like edema. Like if you press in, it doesn't go back to its position quickly. Rapid and deep breathing, and a fast, weak pulse. In severe dehydration, these effects become more pronounced, and the patient may develop evidence of shock, including diminished consciousness, lack of urine, cool, moist extremities, a rapid and feeble pulse. Feeling pulse is a big thing in Chinese medicine, and lower undetectable blood pressure. So, and you can die from dehydration, so don't stay dehydrated. After 15% to 20% of the total body water is lost, you can't be rehydrated. Okay, the next one is nausea and vomiting. These are signs that the body is ridding itself of toxins. Now, before I go into this, let's go ahead and let me show you a mudra that you can do while you're listening as well. which is so good for general maintenance because it's for the liver. The liver has the word live in it for a reason. Keeping that liver healthy and clean and toned is one of the best things you can do for your maximum chi. So we're going to do the liver mudra. We're going to connect the thumb to the middle and the ring as we receive this information. Okay, moving on to the dangers of fasting. Nausea and vomiting. These are signs that the body is ridding itself of toxins. This may indicate that you are not completely cured of some condition in the past or that you have an undiagnosed illness. Usually, don't be concerned about these symptoms since they stop after a few hours or less, frequently after a few days. However, if vomiting persists or contains bile or blood, consult a doctor. Bile is green. Okay, hopefully there won't be vomiting out there. All right, the next issue can be weight loss and emaciation. Obese people usually lose more weight than thin people. However, your weight should stabilize sometimes after a few days. The amount and rate of weight loss varies individually. Well-nourished people have fasted up to 7 weeks without harming their bodies. After that time, the body cannot rebuild itself and you become emaciated. Thus, if after a month you have little energy and Bijou, since you have not succeeded in using Qi for nutrition, and try again later. Anorexic people think they're too fat, even if they're thin, and they should not practice Bijou until they're cured of an eating disorder. So be honest with yourself. Don't deprive yourself if you have an issue with depriving yourself already. Another issue is swelling joints. Joints may swell without any pain during the first 2 months of Bijou. This can indicate that the joint's being repaired, and the swelling usually goes down after 3 to 12 days by itself. Another cause of swelling is drinking too much water with salt during Bijou. And the last, well, actually, there's a lot more issues with possible fasting. I'm just going to read one more, though, which is emotional instability. During Bijou, pleasant and unpleasant emotions can be accompanied by inappropriate reactions. One reason is that Bijou not only repairs the body, but it also repairs and cleans the mind. Another reason is that the body becomes more sensitive to stimuli and the mind. For example, a previously pleasant sound might become annoyingly loud. The person may feel that they have discovered the true meaning of life or that life is meaningless. All of these feelings might last for a long time after stopping Bijou, and emotional Qigong exercises help with all of these. All right, I'll just read a little bit more about why this Bijou fast is done. And we're going to switch mudras to the stomach mudra as I read this next part. Hey, Larry. Are you going to do this fast for 3 days from grains? Index finger to thumb, ring to thumb. That is for your stomach. Open up those underarms and feel that chi pouring into your stomach energy, your stomach and spleen energy. Increasing good confidence, good motivational spirit, good willpower, and really helping you digest. That is what this mudra is for. And we're going to go back to our reading here. In ancient China, Bijou was used mainly for religious purposes and by martial artists who went into seclusion to perfect their art and discover new methods. Food was scarce, and they did not want to waste time foraging. Hence, they probably practiced Bijou. Perhaps the most famous was Bodhidharma, the patriarch of Zen Buddhism in China and the founder of Shaolin Kung Fu. He meditated for 9 years facing a wall in a cave near the Shaolin Temple in Henan province. Bijou is also used by Taoism practitioners, what we call Qigong today, to preserve life energy for longevity and to reach higher level of cultivation rapidly. There's no record of Bijou being used to combat starvation. Teaching Bijou in third world countries where famine exists could save many lives. Wow. Bijou could also be used to survive temporary food shortages. For example, land or space explorers could become lost. Soldiers could be trapped behind enemy lines or in a desert. Sailors or airmen could be lost at sea. There's no history of Bijou being used for weight loss in China. The reason might be that there were not as large of a percentage of obese people in modern times. As in modern times, people did more physical work and ate less fattening foods. Further, being overweight was considered a sign of wealth. Recently, Bijou has become popular for weight loss. You don't have to worry about counting calories, choosing and preparing food, or do strenuous exercises. There are some medical applications of Bijou. There are different opinions on how it's applied. Some practitioners believe that Bijou should not be used for children because they're in a period of intense growth and any shortage of nutrients might be detrimental. Adults with a weak constitution are also excluded, and other methods of Chinese medicine are used. Others apply Bijou for treating cancer, even though such patients usually have a weakened constitution, since some improvements in their physiological state occurs during Bijou. However, Qigong and other methods are used to improve their health before Bijou. Bijou should be investigated as a possible treatment for diabetes. One participant described was in Bijou for 40 days. She was able to decrease the amount of insulin as well as the number of injections per day. Okay, and this goes on to people healing heart disease and all kinds of other things with Bijou and Qigong. All right, I'm just going to do one more little reading here. And that is my teacher the system that I teach all the time is the Emei Medical Qigong. So this is, I linked below a workshop coming up, which is Emei Qigong Bijou. And that is actually October 15th. And what you're going to learn is yin-yang food energy sources, beneficial foods and their uses, and what Bijou is, basically. Emei Qigong Bijou grain-free cellular fasting is a practice for balancing energy, increasing health, ridding the body of impurities, and for weight control. It is an elevated meditation with 5 different levels of fasting supported by unique energetic practices. This practice elevates energy level and activates other systems to nourish one's body. All right, let's just maintain this beautiful mudra. Feel the energy all around you, just getting into every cell of your body. Thanks for the thumbs up, I appreciate you. And I would like to interweave some Jewish prayers into today's class, just in honor of the Jewish fast today, the Yom Kippur. I'm just going to say the Shehachianu, which is basically a prayer that means, thank you for this moment. I am so happy and grateful to be here in this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'hegiyanu lazman hazeh. As you harvest your chi and you feel it pouring into your body, it will feel like almost like a hug, almost like a massage, almost like you're jumping in the water. It'll be a very pleasant feeling, and enjoy it. Enjoy this pleasant sensation of filling yourself up with chi and overflowing with chi. And again, if something feels unpleasant, it can be that the chi is starting to restore that part of your body. And so it feels a little bit weird as it's coming back into its restorative state. And it's kind of like, imagine like a bunch of people coming in your house and doing construction. It's a little uncomfortable, like you're out of your comfort zone. You're not there all by yourself. And that's what it can feel like when a part of you is being restored energetically, like it's being worked on. Enjoy the flow. And we're going to activate our heart space now with some chi. We're going to bring that index finger down to the bottom of the thumb and connect the thumb to the middle in the ring. And that's for your heart. See if you can feel that chi pouring into your heart, repairing your heart, restoring any painful area in your heart. And don't forget, for your 2 hours tomorrow and Friday, you are more than welcome to peruse my YouTube channel. I've got hours and hours of Qigong classes. Any of those classes can be your Qigong practice. That is the goal. 2 hours of Qigong today, tomorrow, and Friday, along with no grains, no sugar. Can you do it? Comment below if you did it and how it felt. On, I guess, Friday night or Saturday morning or anytime. I know some of you have thyroid issues out there, maybe sore throats, maybe a cough. This next mudra is to restore that, to homeostasis, to good health. Left thumb is up. Wrap your right hand around that left thumb. The right thumb comes up, and you bring your hand around to the palm, and you bring that right thumb to the middle finger. And yes, fasting from grains for 3 days also means fasting from alcohol. So no drinking if you're doing the fast. No smoking. Feel your neck opening up. This is good for neck pain too. Again, restoring that area might feel a little uncomfortable. It might feel like someone's like massaging you or going in there and adjusting you as the energy adjusts you. But whenever you can feel that pleasant energy, that's a good thing. That bliss of just activating your chi, receiving so much chi. It's like receiving the best big hug ever. All right, we're just going to bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth and enjoy the connection between the governor and the conception vessel. Those are the two main yin-yang vessels in your body that connect on the back of the roof of your mouth. You stick your tongue there and you feel that nice connection. All right, all the fingertips together for the third eye, for your brain. It helps with headaches, helps with brain stuff, helps you remember things, find things, and just being in touch with that intuition. Helps with your eyes and your vision. Beautiful sunny day. Hopefully some of you are enjoying this class in outside sunny Georgia. All right, we are going to do our connection to the collective universe, the universal energy, the Sahasrara. What you can do is draw a line between the front of your ears all the way up to the top of your head, and then you find that there and give that a little massage. Where it meets, oh yeah, oh. Open that up a little bit. And then that mudra is the thumb connected to the index finger. Okay. Notice how the rest of the body feels. Are your arms open or are they tight? You want to have your body be open and receptive. And if you're closed, ask why. Why am I closing off to energy? What am I trying to protect myself from? What am I scared of? What am I not aware of? What can I do to protect myself in a better way that doesn't close me off from good energy? Good. And we are going to go to the root chakra. Thumb to the pinky and the ring finger, going down to that kidney area, the tailbone, the feet, the knees, the ankles, the legs. Opening your legs up to the universal chi flow. Eat that chi with every toe. And the last mudra we're going to do before we stand and do some chi walking is the creative chakra, the sexual chakra. And we'll do Kegels after that as well. We are going to link the hands together so that the left thumb is on top for women and the right thumb is on top for men. Okay. And just rest those hands in your lap, or you can hold them up over your head, behind your head if you want. Open up that creative power that you have. Maybe there's some dormant energy. Awaken it. Good. All right, let's activate our Kundalini, our lower Dantian energy, our chi energy with some Kegel exercise, which also helps to relax that tailbone. Okay. So the muscle that we're working here is the muscle that you would use to stop yourself from peeing. You would squeeze it. We're going to squeeze it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Relax. We're going to do that. 29 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Ah. Last one. All right, now we're going to do it 1 second, 30 times. Here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30. Now we're going to hold it for a big 30 seconds if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all right, beautiful people, let's stand up. Before we do, if you're feeling like you're getting a lot out of here and you want to throw me a tip, then this is how you do it. You can cash at me, AATFP, or you can Venmo, AMTFP, or you can PayPal at Aviva and or you can join me at a monthly donation for a penny or more at this link, which also gives you fun little bonuses of penguin stuff. So thank you so much ahead of time. If you're feeling generous and you'd like to donate any amount, there's no amount that's too small. Everything means so much to me and helps me to get better equipment and all that stuff. So if you're enjoying this, I appreciate that. And I just appreciate you watching. And I appreciate you sharing and liking and commenting. All of that helps me to fulfill my life's work. So we're just going to do some basic chi walking. But before we do that, we're going to do part of the Qigong form, which I usually do every Monday at 11:30. And then Wednesdays are more of like a different kind of class every Wednesday at 1:30. But we usually do the basic Qigong on Mondays, sometimes Wednesdays too. And part of that is connecting with the vibration of the earth. So we're going to do a little bit of that before we do the chi walking today. All of it helps us to consume chi. And when we consume chi, that chi can restore our muscles, our organs, and give us energy to do whatever we need and want to do. So the first thing we're going to do is to get into our ready position, which is feet are shoulder width apart and knees are a little bent. So depending on how you feel with the fast depends on also what kind of Qigong class you take. I get very spacey when I'm fasting from anything. Like when I'm just being vegan, I get way more spacey. And it's just good to acknowledge that and not to just accept it, but to realize that might be a deficiency in some kind of chi. So what I'm probably going to do when I do my Qigong practice the next 2 days is do some very grounding chi energy that feeds and restores my kidneys, my feet, my hips, my knees, because that's where I need the energy to be to ground me so I don't feel so spacey. So we're going to do a little bit of that together. We're getting into our ready position. Relax those shoulders back a little bit. Let the underarms come up so that there's space. And this ready position is basically like an activation of chi by itself. Your knees are slightly bent, your fingers are relaxed. And you're basically accessing like the motherboard. Like just being in the ready position is saying, I'm plugged in. I am recharging. I'm like my phone plugged in. Once you get in the ready position and you got your alignment all together, then you can start doing your Qigong moves, whichever you choose. So this is going to be the absorbing the energy of the earth, part of the Wu Qigong form, probably just the first part of it, which is you keep both of your knees bent and you raise that left heel. And then as your knees are bent, you're going to rotate that left ankle towards the right and the left knee towards the right. So it's like you're doing a little ankle circle with the ready position intact. We're doing 9 of these. And breathe. And let's go the other direction. I always feel things going on in my neck. And that's very telling. Let's do the other side. Both knees are bent, right heel up. Because sometimes the reason for spaciness is that there's energy blocked in the neck. So it either can't go, the energy either can't go down or it can't go up. So not being grounded might mean that you've got all this energy, all these thoughts in your head, and you're not bringing it down to earth. And so when you do these earthly Qigong restorative energy movements, you might feel that your neck is opening up and getting restored, and some of the tension is coming out of there because that's the pathway that this energy is going down into the rest of your body. And we're going to go the other direction now. I like the ancient myth that we're made of clay, that we're baked in an oven like cookies, because I feel like we are a creation, and that, like, for example, this next move, we're just going to stand with both of our feet on the ground and we're just going to rock back and forth, put all the energy on the right foot and then all the energy on the left foot, and just do the arms however they want. See, when we do this movement, I feel like we're like the cookie batter being mixed back and forth and then spread out. It's like we got to mix all of our ingredients together. Slowly go back and forth, keeping those heels on the ground, keeping those feet on the ground. And we're going to return to ready position. Allow your lips to part and a little smile. That's a relaxed face. That means your windows and the doors of your face are open for every pore to get chi. All right, one more movement before we go into the basic chi walking, which is, I just want to show it to you because, you know, if you don't feel like getting online to do your 2 hours of Qigong practice every day for the 3-day Qigong Bijou, you can literally just do this move for 2 hours if you want. But before we do that move, that's so easy, I'm going to just show you another move, which is Alchemizing Humanity. So this is a great movement to do when you are bringing your spirit and your earth energy together. When they feel disconnected, even just spiritually or just physically, if you feel like your head and your feet are not, what's the word, coordinated, they're discombobulated. Thanks for the thumbs up. Then you can do this movement, okay? And so notice what emotions come up, because if you feel silly or if you feel shame, then that might be actually a sign that you're a little discombobulated, like you don't have it together, like your head and your feet are not connected. And then as you restore into that connection, you release these feelings of, I feel silly, I feel insecure, I feel like I look stupid, because there's something about you that's just not grounded and not connected. All right, so we are going to bend the knees a little bit. We're going to bring the hands in front of you, about 2 fists away from the tummy. And you're going to rotate the hips in a circle. And as you do this, you're going to feel like you're holding an energy ball there. So it's going to follow you back as you go back, all the way around. You might get a spontaneous alignment. Just warning you, you might get spontaneous joy. You're stirring the pot, your big pot of soup, mixing it all up. And the other direction. Connecting your head and your feet. Okay, and before we do the chi walking, I want to show you how to drain your lymph nodes in your neck, because if you're detoxing, you definitely want to be doing this every day, maybe a couple times a day, maybe with a hot washcloth. So what you're going to do is bring your right hand into a V, bring it around the left ear, slide down here till you swallow. Okay, that's where the big lymph node is, right? Like in this area. So if it's clogged, then you want it to flow into that lymph node right there, okay? And then you give your shoulder a little rub just to get a little more movement. Things might collect. A tight muscle means that some toxins might have settled there, or you might be dehydrated there and you need to open it up and get some blood flow, which can flow everything that you need for the muscle there to restore and repair. 2 more times, please. And again. All right, other side, please. Yeah. 2 more times. All right. Let's just massage the neck on either side, just kind of using 3 fingers, like up and down. Opening up that neck, like I said, is a really big deal to ground your energy. So just giving yourself a neck massage is really great for headaches, for spaciness, for any kind of I'm too much in my head, overthinking, over worrying, head in the clouds, over analyzing, all that stuff needs a neck massage. So you're just putting the fingers towards the spine and then spreading it out towards the outside of the neck, up and down the neck. Peeling away the stress, little by little. All right, now for the big move we've all been waiting for. We can do it for the last 10 minutes of class. Hydrate if you wish. I might do class a little bit longer because I started late. See how I feel. So the first part of this move is just the arms going up and down. Again, get into the ready position. The knees are bent, the pelvis is relaxed, the arms are out a little bit. You're just lifting those wrists up, and then you're just letting the arms drop like feathers. Okay, nice and slow, nice and easy. Activating that chi, just even with just this one little movement, it feels so good. Directing that chi wherever your body needs it. You can direct it with your mind, like go to my feet, go to my feet, go to my liver, go to my stomach, go to my kidneys, come on. Go to my knees, wherever you need it. One more and then we'll add the feet. Okay, so the feet are super, super easy. All you're gonna do is lift that right foot up and step to the right and lean into that right foot as the left foot comes up. You lift that left foot, bring it down. You're just lifting your feet up and down and you're leaning back and forth. So the trick is what to do with the arms. As you're leaned to the left and your right foot heel is up, you're gonna lift both arms up. Bring the toe and then the heel down, and then you're going to glide those hands towards that right knee. The hands are all the way to the right now, and you're going to lift the left foot, and then as you put it down, the arms and hands begin the journey all the way to the left foot. As you complete the journey, you lift the other foot and you start the journey over again, carrying your arms and relaxing your shoulders all the way to the other side. Just back and forth. You are chi walking. You are restoring your sea of blood, as they call it. This is one of the most restorative, regenerative movements you can do for your sea of blood. Now, what is your sea of blood according to Qigong theory? Your sea of blood is your blood factory. What you eat has building blocks for your blood creation. The reason why we exercise for circulation, the reason why circulation is so important, and the reason why you die when your blood stops circulating from your heart pumping it everywhere in your body, which is helpful if you raise your foot above your heart every day to help that heart pump it everywhere. The reason why our blood circulates is because it brings everything, all the building blocks to all the muscles, to all the organs constantly. But even smaller than all of those building blocks is a speck of energy called chi that is being brought to every single cell of your body through the vehicle of blood. So the blood, again, are like all these little packages of chi and some toxins. And the toxins of the blood need to be released through circulation as well, because part of the circulation journey is taking it to your lymph nodes, to the exit channels of the body where it needs to go. So you digest food, and these little pieces of food get made into parts of your blood with the help of the spleen, with the help of the liver, with the help of all the organs that live in your sea of blood, which this chi walking exercise restores. So it's a great thing, general thing to do in order to eat chi, in order to be the chi you wish to see in the world. We're getting deep into our cellular chi exploration together for 3 days. You can feel good during Bijou. You have the power to direct the chi where you need it as you eat it. If you find yourself craving grains, during these 3 days, just try to get in touch with the emotional craving and what it is that's causing you to crave them, and see if you can replace that with the chi that you eat. If you're craving grains because you're sad, do an exercise for your heart. If you're craving grains because you're bored, do an exercise to calm you. For your stomach. Your stomach can feel bored when it's not calm. Excite your stomach. Excite your creativity. Do your creativity mudra if you're bored and that's why you're craving grains. A craving for something that lacks chi means that you're deficient in chi somewhere. So fill that deficiency up instead of closing the door. And I think that's what a lot of addictions are. A lot of cravings are, let me just close the door so I stop craving this by filling it up with a door, with something that's no longer a vessel, because I want to stop feeling. Whereas another option is, let me not just close my eyes to this desire. Let me fill it up. Let me express myself more, express my needs more. Let me grow, let me expand, instead of let me shut down. Let me shut it up. Don't shut it up. Make it louder. And let's come to a close of our kickoff to our Bijou 3-day fast together. Honoring all the ancestors, let's thank all the lineage holders of the Qigong, Bijou knowledge, Sheshe Zhongshu, and thanking all the teachers, Sheshe Laoja. And we fill our hearts with gratitude and compassion, and we spread this out to the whole entire world. And these 3 expressions of gratitude with optional bowing are just great ways to bring your 2-hour practice or your hour practice or your half-hour practice that you do 4 times to a close, to feel complete, like cleaning off your dishes after you eat a meal. I am so grateful that you joined me today. I am inspired, especially with the possibility that I could have possibly inspired you to take an amazing step to open up the doors and the windows of your heart that may have been protecting you, but also might have been blocking you from shining your light with the world and with yourself and your loved ones. Have a beautiful, peaceful, joyful, healthy day. Let me know how it goes. And I'll see you Monday at 11:30. If you want to come hang out with me live, I will be at Wild Heaven Beer on Saturday instead of Golden Drops Cafe from 2 to 5. It's in Avondale. So it'd be awesome to see you there. Otherwise, I'll be at Golden Drops the next Saturday. And Monday, 11:30, Qigong. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine if you can. And enjoy the sunshine of your hearts, which you can always do. Yay!